Hi, Hitomi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thank you. All right. So, all right. Now, oh my goodness, my light is okay. Now it's better. So, Sahila, can you hear me? All right. Now we're going to start with summarized written text. Okay. And because we have a new student, Sohaila, so I have to play the video for how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any questions before I start? Sohaila, do you have any questions? All right. Okay, so I'm going to play the video for you. Okay. So first of all, what is a summarized written text?
Teacher?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you didn't share the screen.
Oh my goodness! I did it again. It happens all the time. Oh my goodness. That's why
How is summarized written text scored? The first and the most important condition.
All right. So I'm so sorry about that. So that was basically what summarized in text is. So you have 10 minutes to summarize it. Now, how to do it. So strategies.
Summarize it in text strategies. Number 1. Memorize the template word for word. Okay, the first thing you do is to memorize the template by typing it. You need to memorize it as it is, with all the punctuation exactly where they are. Once you memorized it,
so take a photo of this, Sohaila, if you haven't. Okay, so this is the template, whereas the underline. I think last time we did it, didn't we, Sohaila? So do you know how to do summarizing text? Text me if you know, and if I played it for you. All right.
depending on your typing speed, of course, it will take around 2 minutes to type it. As you can see, the words in black need to be memorized, and the words in red need to be filled from the Summarize It in Text passage. Number 2. Don't try to make sense. When you fill in the blanks with content words, don't even try to make sense. The computer is good at the spelling, punctuation and grammar, but not at semantics, which is another name for meaning of words. Any important content words. You can find content words that are the answer to the following WH questions. What, when, where, why, who, and how many. Also use any nouns, adjectives, proper nouns, and names that have been repeated several times in one of the blanks. For example, in this summarized in text, the word nurse shark has been repeated more than 6 times. You can choose up to 5 or 6 content words in each blank. But 3 words, adjective and noun compounds, would be fine. You can also use a main verb with its accompanying words in one of the blanks, so long as the verb is in ing form. Number 4. Do not use any auxiliary verbs or helping verbs in the blanks. Auxiliary verbs such as am, is, are, and the rest, as you can see here in this list. The reason is that once you throw in a helping verb or an auxiliary verb, it messes with the grammar of the template. So no auxiliary verbs in the blanks. Number 5. Do not fill in the blanks with adverbs of time. Adverbs of time such as ago, yesterday, last year, 2 months ago, and so on. Again, the reason is that adverbs of time ruin the grammar of the template. So no adverbs of time either. Number 6. Use a main verb plus ing in blank number 3. In all other blanks, you can use nouns and adjectives and even main verbs, so long as they are in ing form or gerund. But in blank number 3, you specifically need to use a main verb from the content and make it into ing form. This is because of the grammatical structure of that part of the sentence. We use a verb in ing form after a preposition, and to here is a preposition. Number 7. You don't need to fully understand the passage. If reading is not your forte, just fill in the 11 blanks with adjectives and nouns and a verb in ing form in blank number 3. You will get a reasonable score for this section. But I would certainly suggest that you read the passage and choose the main content words for the blanks. All right.
All right, now I'm gonna, which one is that? So this is sample, this is strategies, I.
All right, let's answer in and try to understand. By the way, if you need to throw in more content words, you can add more after blank number 10 by adding a comma and then the content words, as long as you do not cross the word limit of 75 words.
All right, now sample 2.
All right,
We haven't done this.
let's do another one. And as usual, first you type the template, and I'm going to fast forward the video, otherwise I cannot type this fast. But practice makes perfect, you know that. Okay, I give you some time to read the text. Text was about three main reasons why American English has become the most influential variety of English in the world today. So we try to fill in the blanks with those content words that directly express these three reasons. So I use American English in blank number 1, and the most influential variety of English in blank number 2. For blank number 3, as you are all aware by now, we use a main verb in gerund, and the word influence is a common theme here, so I use it in ing form, influencing in blank number 3. In blank number 4, I throw in the most powerful nation, and in blank 5, I use a dialect with an army. In blank 6, I am going to use America's political influence, and I have used the word influence for the second time, which doesn't matter, even if both were of the same part of speech. Anyway, in blank number 7, popular culture will be a good choice, as it is one of the three main reasons for America's linguistic dominance in the world. In blank number 8, I use international dominance. And for the next blank, number 9, communications technology. Microsoft fills the gap, number 10. And for the last blank, number 11, I use a default setting for language. So there you are. We have used the most important content words related to the theme of the text in one single sentence.
All right, now I'm going to give you a text, and you take 10 minutes to summarize it into one sentence. Okay? All right. So 54. Okay. All right, that's a good one. So your 10 minutes start now. Do you want it bigger? Is that okay now? Yes? All right. So your 10 minutes start now. Once you typed it, send it to the chat box here. Good. So Mayuko and Hitomi, I've already sent the and okay. I think everyone has already submitted the answers. And we're going to start with first with who was the first one? Mayuko. So whereas the underlying principles of new research, Mayuko, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
What's the problem? You tell me.
Hmm.
No verbs,
Where?
shows. All right. So whereas the underlying principles of new research, okay. So once you put
Okay.
in a verb, remember, if you put a verb, it has to be in ing form. All right. Otherwise, in different forms, you're not supposed to use. Otherwise, it will disbalance the whole thing. Okay. So whereas I would ignore this. So I would say, whereas the underlying principles of new research and other employees pertain to quitting. Very good. The significance of providing intelligence, yes, providing intelligence relates with not only Roche Nevo, but also with developing economies and China, so as not to undermine the crucial implications of federal court, the number of college graduates, 6.3 million college grads, as well as a highly skilled, very good, excellent. And you mentioned, did you mention over qualified? No. Did you mention it?
I didn't.
This is the whole thing is about overqualified workers. Okay, the whole thing. So you need to mention that. Remember, like the shark, the nursing shark that was repeated 3, 4, 6 times. If something is repeated many times, you need to mention that. So I would say just in here, I would say, whereas the underlying principles of new research and overqualified employees pertain to, that would be fine. Okay,
Okay.
good. All right, next one is Toby.
There's like, if you scroll up, you can find mine.
Oh,
I sent you at 7:20 p.m.
aha, there we are. Okay, very good. Whereas the underlying principles of new research and overqualified workers, very good, pertain to performing. The significance of providing a simple managerial tactic, very good, relates to not only empowerment, but also with the dissatisfaction and prejudice so as not to undermine the crucial implications of a high IQ candidate, economic downturn, 6.3 million college grads, as well as Bloomberg Business Week. Very good.
Is it okay to use a in front of a noun, think here, or should I?
Where? Which one?
A high IQ candidate.
Yes, because what's your noun? Your candidate, and candidate is
Okay.
countable. So whatever,
Yeah.
regardless of how many adjectives it has, you have to say a. So for instance,
Okay.
a tall, fat, intelligent man. Because of man, you have to have a or. Very good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And Simons. So whereas the underlying principles of overqualified workers tend, so Simon, what is tend here? What part of a speech is tend? Is it a noun, adjective, verb? What is it? Tend. It's a verb. It is a verb, okay? So you're not supposed to use a verb unless it is in ing form and unless it is in gap number 3. So I would ignore it. So we'll say, whereas the underlying principles of overqualified workers and other employees pertain to performing. Very good. Okay. So that tend is a verb. It shouldn't be there. The significance of, Simon, the significance of providing managerial tactic, empowerment relates with not only companies, but also with overqualified. Okay, overqualified exhibit. What is exhibit, Simon? It's a verb.
Okay.
It's another verb, so it shouldn't be there. So with overqualified workers, higher levels and declining. So this declining is okay, decline to higher overqualified. Oh, okay. So here I can see that, all right, it's a bit grammatically, but it's fine, so long as it's, okay. So as not to undermine the crucial implications of economic downturn, overqualified candidate, growing service sectors, as well as 6.3. So now you repeated profusely overqualified, okay? So you just need to repeat it once.
Okay.
But you have it 3 times. So I would just get rid of 2 of them because you have already have the other one in place. All right. And here it's too busy here in the middle. Okay. Too many words in one spot, in one blank. Otherwise, the rest is fine. Okay. So try to. I don't know how many words. How many words did you type? You remember?
Don't know.
Okay, around 50 to 60. That's fine. All right, so long as it is 50, 60, that is fine. Any questions? All right, no questions? All right. So we're going to start with, so he told me, tell me what we should start with, suggestions, and then I'll ask Mayuko and yes, I.
Read aloud.
All right, Mayuko? Mayuko, what do you think we should start with? Going home?
What was that?
I'm sorry?
Summarize the spoken text or detailed
Okay.
lecture?
Okay, good. And Simon, what do you think we should do? Go home?
Repeat sentence.
I beg your pardon?
Repeat sentence or fill in the blank.
So the first one I didn't get. What sentence? Oh,
Uh,
repeat sentence. Repeat
yeah.
sentence. Yes. It's 10 minutes. So the time is 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to summarize it into one sentence. And as you can see here, the time was 10. There we go. So the next one, the time is 10 minutes and it's counting down. All right. Now, So as you mentioned, two of you, yes, three of you referred to speaking. So we're going to start with speaking, and we'll start with read aloud and then repeat sentence. And as Mayuko said, retail lecture. Okay, so we'll start with read aloud now. Ooh. I'm too slow. We'll start with Simon.
A video clip of murdered passenger being forcibly removed from a United Airlines flight to make room of airline staff turned into a PR started. People use social media to complain that United should be beating the competition, not customers. United boss Oscar Munoz apologized. Eventually, lawyer for the passenger, David Dow, filed a petition to see evidence related to the incident.
Very good, very good. Okay, you can do it faster. Excellent, very good. Next one, Mayuko. Oh, Mayuko is out, has gone home already. All right, Hitomi, please.
Twitter, a social network, will reportedly join force with Bloomberg, a media company, to produce a 24-hour video news service. Twitter has made strides in adding users in recent quarters, but not in boosting profits. Jack Dorsey, a co-founder who recently returned as CEO, introduced limited live video broadcasts at the site which were seen by 45 I don't know, you were in the first quarter of 2007.
All right. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You made a mistake in which you repeated and you went back and said it. Don't do that. Okay, just keep.
How do
Don't
you
worry.
read it? 45 minutes, is it? 45 million?
Yes, it's million. Okay, but
Million.
say 45 M. All right, 45 M, because the computer is going to type it. So yeah, just say 45 M. Whatever you see there. Okay, CEO. If there's a word, you know. So for instance, here, just say Dak Dorsey. Dak Dorsey, you don't have to really pronounce them, all right? And so Mayuko, you went home, right? Did you go home?
I'm here.
I didn't see you were not there. And I said, Mayuko. And oh, Mayuko was gone. He's gone home. Okay, so, okay, next one. Mayuko.
Yeah. Checks are thought to take advantage of fish which would otherwise be too fast for the shark to get. Although their small mass limit the size of prey items, the shark have a large throat cavities which are used as a sort of below valve In this way, nutshacks are able to suck in their prey. Nutshacks are also known to graze alga and coral.
Excellent, you finished here. That was good. Okay. Next one. Can you hear me? Sohaila, can you read? Sohaila, can you read?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next one.
Unlike the iconic Nazca lines, most of which are only visible for overhead, the older Paracas cliffs are laid down on hillsides, making them visible to village below. The two cultures also pursue different artistic subjects. Nazca lines most often consist of lines or polygons, but many of the new found Paracas figures depict humans.
All right. So Sohaila, don't worry about your pronunciation. Just have no regards for commas, full stop here. I want you to finish somewhere around here. All right. And then as soon as possible, you press next one and yes. Okay, another round. Simon, please.
Trapezius March 27 in Scientific Report, a new study called by an NYU School of Medicine pathologists revealed that layers of the body known to be dense connective tissue below the skin surface, lining the discrete lungs and urinary system and surrounding Achilles veins and the fascia between muscles are instead interconnected filler compartment.
All right, you finished here. All right. Now, I told you before that you can do this, okay? You can do this while practicing. Let me stop this for a second. Okay, so you can at home, you can go to speechnotes.co, speechnotes.co, yeah? And you need to allow the website to use your microphone. That's fine, you do it. And then you start talking to the microphone. Now, whatever you say, the microphone is gonna transcribe it for you. And this is exactly what's gonna happen in the PTE test. And the software will, whatever you say, will transcribe it. And finally, once you are done, 3 seconds, you are quiet. The computer actually saves it, and then the buffer lets go and then starts it all over again, as you can see here. Okay, now so what you can do is this. While you're at home, have this here running in the background, and then you can start reading it. So for instance, let me first get rid of this. Hello. The fine details of how glaciers are linked to the volcanic eruptions are known, but volcanologists theorize that the pressure is key. The idea is that the weight of large and sheets, compresses the crust and mantle below, the closes up channels within the through the magma travels towards the surface. It also leaves less room for surface water to make its way down into the rocks. Okay, once you did this, you can compare this, all right? Compare this with this and see how much you got it. So this is exactly what's happened in the repeat sentence, in the read aloud. Now, the only thing that is different is this, that you only need to get only around 40%, okay, of this right. So if 40% similarity, you get 40% similarity, not 100%, okay? Remember, not 100%, 40%. But the most important thing is that you finish it half or around the half line, a little bit past the half line. You've done the best job, all right? So don't worry if you didn't get 100% here. You actually don't need to do that, all right? 30 to 40%, that's enough, because the software itself is not sharp enough. The software cannot pick everything. They know it. That is why the similarity, they didn't set it to 100% for getting the highest score. They know that the software makes mistakes, so we just went for 40, 50, around that area. Do you have any questions? No? Good. So who was the last one? Simon. Now it's Hitomi and then Sohaila, right? Mayuko, did you go for the second time?
Not yet.
Not yet. So Simon was the first one, right? Yes, Simon was the first one. Okay. Now I'll go back and okay. So Mayuko, you're up next.
So Mayuko is the next and not me.
Yes, Mayuko and then Hitomi.
Okay.
Microphone.
A video clip of Brody's passenger being removed from a United Airlines flight to make room for airline staff turned into a PR disaster. People use social media to complain that United should be beating the competition, not customers. United's boss, Oscar, apologized eventually. Lawyers for the passenger, David Dow, filed a petition to seize evidence related to the incident.
Very good. Okay. I noticed that you skipped some words. That's fine. All right. So all right. Next one, Hitomi.
China's biggest online search company, Baidu, said it will make their driving car technology available to others in a bid to advance at autonomous vehicles and perhaps to become an industry standard in the same way that Google's Android operating system is for smartphones. Baidu's Apple project will distribute technologies to developers and car makers.
Excellent. Very good. Finished here. That's where I want you to finish. Fantastic. And Sohaila.
The World Health Organization said an experimental malaria vaccine will be tested on more than 750,000 children in Ghana, Kenya, and Malawi next year. The disease causes more than 400,000 deaths annually. How the vaccine is implemented will be key to its success. It must administer it 4 times with the final dose 18 months after the third.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. I'm fine. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you want one more round? Okay. One more round. And we'll start with, take a deep breath. All right. We'll start with Hitomi. I can't hear you. Excellent, Hitomi.
Whose turn is this?
Excellent. It was Hitomi. You didn't hear that? Hitomi, you didn't have
Me?
your microphone. Yes. You didn't
Really?
hear? Yes.
Wasn't it Simon?
Simon, what did I say? Did I say Hitomi or did I say Simon? Simon, open your microphone. Simon?
Whose turn was that before? Wasn't it Suhaila?
She did. She did. She did have.
And then after that, it's Simon, isn't it?
No, we are not
and
following.
Suhaila.
Because if you do that, then Mayuko will disappear into thin air, okay? Because she knows it wouldn't be her turn until 3 others have done, okay? So it's a suspended decision. So you know that you don't know whose turn it is. So you stay there. Otherwise, I told you, Mayuko will be away for 5 minutes. I know that. All right. So that's why.
Okay,
That's why. Okay. So next one, you so you're the last one. Now it's Simon. Okay, Simon, your turn.
Florida immigrated are home to lot of large martin birds like eagle and hyenas, but the great also have lot of raccoon and possum. For the mammal, the bird nests are an all-you-can-eat buffet, and when an invasion occurs, sometimes thousands of birds will abandon their nests and leave, and there is little limit of that treat and egg that have been eaten.
Good, good. You finished here. Okay. Next one, Sohaila. Sorry,
Whose turn was it?
Sohaila.
Ayla.
Sohaila. Yes.
So when is my turn?
I tell you. I call your name, and I called your
I don't
name.
know. I messed up with like.
No, that's all right. I
You
told
said
you that.
no Mayuko, not Hitomi, blah blah, and then if you want.
All right. So this is Sohaila's.
Bye.
But the connection does suggest your photos and social media posts can be used for more than bragging about burns. Sharing these data could be so valuable for academic research. We can actually use these data to do something good in the world, like giving local organization and urban planners a better look at how why cities change. All you have got to do is to add a few tags.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. And then you press quickly the next button. Okay, Mayuko. Mayuko is gone?
Not yet.
No, Hitome is gone. Yes. Probably she needed to go.
It's projected that some of the next 100 years to protect the Earth could rise says yes, while some animals might be able to migrate north to escape the plenty hard plants couldn't uproot themselves quite so It's projected that over the 100 years, temperature on Earth could be rise on average of nearly 5 degrees, while some animals might be able to migrate north to escape the brunt of the heat. Plants can't uproot themselves quite so easily. Researchers wondered whether the creators displaced plant seeds might be able to help.
Good. Okay. Now, you need more practice here, Mayuko,
Yeah.
all right? You definitely more practice, but somewhere around here would be fine. I know on the exam day, you would do your best, all right? But practice
So
makes perfect. Yeah,
it's the similarity, it's the 40 or something around that's enough.
that would be enough, yes.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Well, that would be
Yeah.
enough. So,
I didn't know how much should I get, and then when I practice, sometimes like 40 or something. I don't know it's enough or not.
Oh, did you use the speech notes?
No. When I used that one
Ah,
on your website, and then
okay.
I just wait the end of the record, and then I check the answers. They will record it, and then they will show up the similarities.
Does it show? I don't think it shows,
Yeah.
does it? It
Yeah,
shows?
yes.
Wow, I didn't know. You are exploring all the possibilities. That's good. All right. So now we start with retold lecture. Okay, and then finally we'll go to repeat sentence. All right. So retold lecture. Now, so
The brand is the talent. And let's stick with that sports analogy.
okay, the first one, Simon.
Sorry, what do we have to do?
There's no denying that the
So Ella, this is retail lecture. You need to write down as many words as you can. Once it is finished, you start with the topic of the lecture, the template. I've already mentioned that. Do you have the template, or do you want me to show it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we use the same template for this section and the first one here. The topic of the lecture was, the speaker talked about this, the speaker also went on and talked about that. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following points, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, so Simon.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of interest in what forms those clouds. Why are those clouds there? Why do they sort of stick around? At the center of every cloud drop is a particle. You can't grow a cloud drop without having a particle there for the water to condense on. The key questions that people have not directly addressed until very recently is what actually forms those clouds. And so the ones that you're looking at out over the ocean, turns out sea spray, sea salt, is a very effective nucleator for forming clouds. So there's a really good chance that those are loaded with sea salt. But as you go inland, you start to have pollution come from all different kinds of sources. And so different sources form clouds more effectively than others. And we're trying to unravel which sources are actually contributing to the clouds. The clouds are incredibly important players in climate change in that they reflect, they're white, they reflect the light back to space. And so they're keeping things much, much cooler than they would be if they weren't there. They also play a huge role in regional weather. So we're actually starting to see shifts where having more pollution input into the clouds is affecting weather patterns. In particular, it's actually reducing the amount of precipitation. So we're starting to see drought in areas with super high levels of air pollution.
Simon, you know it is your turn. Simon, microphone.
Yeah. Teacher, can
Yeah.
I try again?
What do you mean? You mean you need another topic or?
Just another topic.
Okay, all right. So, Mayuka, do you want to do the same? Or-
Yeah, I can do.
Okay, so I time you based on, all right. Yeah, I have a timer here.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Imagine this. The topic of the lecture was cloud. The speaker talked about the stick around water. The speaker also went on and talked about the key point is a different address. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following point. Ocean, sea salt, all different source. Cloud is incredibly important for the climate change effect, weather, super high levels pollution.
Fantastic, very good, excellent, excellent, more than enough. So the more you write, okay, the better than the better score you will get in the test. Very good, excellent. Okay, next one. It is.
Sorry.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if we write like only words, because sometimes it is very quick, we can't catch the full sentence.
That's what Mayuka did. Yes, write as many words as you can. All right. Okay. Now, so I'm gonna, this time it's Simon. Simon, are you ready?
Yeah, already.
Okay.
Can we never get to absolute zero? What a wonderful question. I wish I had a wonderful answer to go with it. Here's the problem. There's actually a law of physics called the Third Law of Thermodynamics that says you can't get to absolute zero. But we don't really know if it's true. But we're pretty sure it is for the following reason. Every time you think of some way of cooling something down a little bit, it means you're trying to get energy out of that thing and make the temperature lower. Well, if you can get energy out, usually there's a way that energy can go in as well. And that always means that there's a competition between taking the energy out and putting the energy in. Now, you can try to make it so that you are favoring getting energy out, but you can't completely stop the energy from going in. And that means you might be able to get colder and colder, but you won't be able to get all the way to absolute zero. Could we go back to my PowerPoint? Because I think that one of these slides will illustrate that point a little bit better. Yes, here. Remember the logarithmic thermometer? There's no zero on this logarithmic thermometer. It just keeps going down. You make it a factor of 10 colder, you're not at zero. You make it a factor of 10 colder, you're still not at zero. You make it a factor of 10 colder, you're still not at zero. So you start at a millionth of a degree. Now you're at a 10 millionth of a degree. Now you're at a 100th millionth of a degree. Now you're at a billionth of a degree. You never get to zero that way. You get closer and closer, but you never get to zero. So that's why we can't get to absolute zero.
The topic of the lecture was absolute zero. The speaker talked about law of physics, and the speaker also went on and talked about normal diseases. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following point. Energy, yes,
Keep going.
yeah, energy and cold field, million degree, 100 degree,
Respect.
and respectively.
Okay. Good. Simon, you need to write more and you need to be able to read your own handwriting. Okay, remember that.
Yeah.
So again, practice more here. Okay, a little bit more here because I think, and we'll do one more again. All right, so this time it is Zoela's turn. Zoela, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Machiavelli lived from 1469 to 1527. The philosopher Bertrand Russell referred to Machiavelli's most well-known book, The Prince, as a gangster's handbook. And while there's no doubt that certain people have read and used it as such, I think that if we put it into the context of when it was written, which was Italy, especially Florence, in the 15th and 16th centuries, it will be easier to judge Machiavelli's reasons for writing it. Now, the Italy of that period was made up of a number of city-states, often at war with each other. Add to that threats from foreign powers, especially France, and it was a very unstable and dangerous situation. Machiavelli loved his home city, Florence, and wanted to protect its culture, history, and above all, independence at all costs. One way to do this was to establish an army of Florentines loyal to the city-state of Florence. Much of Machiavelli's career was taken up with this issue. It must be remembered, though, that he led an active civic life, was deeply into politics, and was an ambassador for Florence. In this way, he got to meet and observe some of the key players of the time, and through this came to understand the nature of power and how to hold on to it. The Prince was an attempt to teach Florence the lessons he had learnt.
The topic of the lecture was Machiavelli. The speaker talked about the most well-known book, Gangster Handbook, Italy, and 15th, 17th centuries. The speaker also went on and talked about Italy of the period, war, each other, foreign palace, and finally the speaker highlighted the following points. Love his city independence at all cost, army career, he led active civically life, he got observe their players of the time, teach Florence, listen, he learned.
Very good, excellent, fantastic. I like it, good. You're good here, very good. Okay, next one, it's Mayuko.
I understand your professor has been discussing several eastern woodland Indian tribes in your study of Native American cultures. As you have probably learned, the eastern woodland Indians get their name from the forest-covered areas of the eastern United States where they lived. The earliest woodland cultures date back 9,000 years, but the group we'll focus on dates back only to about 700 AD. We now call these Native Americans the Mississippian culture because they settled in the Mississippi River Valley. This civilization is known for its flat-topped monuments called temple mounds. They were made of earth and used as temples and official residences. The temple mounds were located in the central square of the city, with the huts of the townspeople built in rows around the plaza. The Mississippian people were city dwellers, but some city residents earned their living as farmers, tending the fields of corn, beans, and squash that surrounded the city. The city's artisans made arrowheads, leather goods, pottery, and jewelry. Traders came from far away to exchange raw materials for these items. In the slides I'm about to show, you will see models of a Mississippian city.
The topic of the lecture was Native American culture. The speaker talked about the 780s. The speaker also went on and talked about the Mississippian people. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following points: temple mount, official buildings, some city of people, far away. You will find the marbles, respectively.
Good.
I didn't write a lot of words.
That's fine. That's fine. As many as you could. You just did good. Okay. So, so that was about retail lecture. Now we do the same thing in summarized spoken text, but this time we are typing it. Okay. So remember the same the same template, everything's the same, but this time we're going to type it instead of. So now we're going to start with summarized spoken text here. Okay. So Soela, we do the same thing. Write down as many as you can, and then you use the same template for typing. So the topic of the lecture was this, the speaker talked about this, and you type it this time, and you send it over to me.
There once was a guy named Albert Einstein, who you have probably heard of, and he developed the equation E equals mc squared, which you have probably heard of also. Using this equation, the relationship between mass and energy can be calculated using the speed of light, which is a universal constant. But how did scientists determine the speed of light? Philosophers in ancient Greece were the first to think about and debate the speed of light. Way back in the 5th century BCE, Empedocles made the first claim that light had a finite speed. Aristotle, however, disagreed and said that light was instantaneous. Euclid and Ptolemy thought that light came from the eyes, which is what enabled sight. This would seem to imply that light must have an infinite speed, which allows us to see really distant objects like stars immediately upon opening our eyes. Over 1,000 years later, the Islamic philosopher Al-Hazin proposed that light actually travels from an object into our eyes, and therefore light has a finite speed. Like 600 years later, really smart people like Johann Kepler and René Descartes were saying that the speed of light must be infinite because there is nothing in empty space to slow it down,
Oh my goodness, you have already sent your stuff. Sorry. So everyone has sent, very good. I was just attending the text. Now, the topic of the lecture was Squire. The speaker talked about using math and energy. The speaker also went on and talked about speed. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following points. Scientists, 5th century, disagree, influencing speed. They're too far away, people. Topic of the lecture was very good. So the first one was Mayuko. Mayuko, that was good. No grammatical mistakes there. Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
The topic of the lecture was the speed of light. The speaker talked about. So Sohaila talked about space. Albert Einstein.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's fine. Speaker. So here we make mistakes so that in the real test we don't do that. Okay. Speaker went on.
Yeah.
Equation, mass, and energy. Speaker. All right, the topic of the lecture. So, Simon, the topic of the lecture was speed of light, okay? The topic of the lecture was, you said you've written lectures or lecturers, okay? The speaker talked about light calculation and talked about relationship. Finally, the speaker highlighted the following points. Momentary light, eyes, limited, 600, infinite space, and slow down. Very good. So slow down is a verb, Simon. All right. So what did I tell you about verbs? Oh, welcome back, Hitomi. Welcome back. Yes, Simon, what did I say about using a verb? Simon?
Yes.
Your microphone is yes. All right. So what did I tell about verbs? Do not use verbs. If you use them in ing form. All right? Okay.
Okay. You mean a little like slowing down?
Yes, very good. So that should be slowing down. Okay?
Okay.
Slowing it down. All right? Okay, good. All right, now. So my apologies to Hitomi if.
Hi, Hugh. I'll come back to the class after you finish this class and then we can talk.
Okay, all right, that's fine. No worries. Okay, so we need to now, okay.
Sorry, Sal.
Yes.
So this one, what do you think? Like, what is the marking criteria?
Okay, here number one is grammar. So your grammar should be fine. All right. Number two is content. So first grammar and then the content. The content should be there. Okay, the content should be there, and the more content is related to the topic, the better score you get there. All right.
Yeah, because here at the last point that I was just filling in up because the words, and for me when I look at to this doesn't make sense. So
yeah, you don't have to make sense. Yes, of course you don't have to make sense. You're talking to a computer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You don't have
so
to make sense.
We will get the marks.
Yes, you will get the mark. Don't worry. So the last thing actually you want to make is sense. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
No. Mayuko, any questions?
That's okay.
Everything's fine?
Yeah, everything is fine.
All right. Now, I don't know whether I should mention this or not. I don't know. So Simon, could you open your microphone?
Yep.
So I'm asking you three here, okay? You three. Was I disrespectful tonight to any of you?
No,
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Why?
Okay. No, I mean, just
I think it's because he told me right.
I'm sorry. Yes, I think yes. She left. She left the class, and she texted me here. So that's why. Okay.
Oh no, not really. It's some. I think probably she has maybe she has internet issues because that time.
Yes, that could be.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it happened to me too. Yeah,
All
it
right,
doesn't
all
matter.
right. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now, so that was. So, do you want to do some repeat sentence, or what do you want to do? Yes, Mayuko. What do you want to do?
I'm okay. I just have a question.
Oh, we have 9 more minutes. Yes, your question, please.
No. But give me
Yes, question. No, question. Ask the question.
no. So that's okay. I will ask you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can text me, by the way. You have my
Yeah.
WhatsApp. You can
I have
text
a
me.
question.
Yes, Sohila.
So you have sent me the link for the book, right? But when I go, I have tried like from that day till now, it shows out of store for me. I don't know why.
Because you've gone to the US, you have to go to Australian website, okay? So to amazon.au, not amazon.com, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Because in America, one guy in America texted me from Canada, in fact, and said that it was unavailable, and told him that yes, in Canada you need to go to American website first. Okay, but in Australia it is available. So we do some answer short questions. Okay, answer short questions here. Where is it? Okay, so anyone who knows the answer, just shout out. Okay.
Okay.
What is altitude related to? Weight or height?
Height.
Very good. Altitude is the airplane goes at a certain altitude, okay? So that's height. Very good. Next one.
Which one is easier to biodegrade? Plastic or paper?
Paper.
Very good. Paper. So if they give you a choice, remember, if you do not know and it is taking more than time, just choose one and say paper. Or just choose one. It doesn't matter. You are not really losing much here. All right.
What is the opposite of the word stale?
No, what is stale?
Don't understand.
Okay. Now, bread is stale. Simon, you should know it. Bread goes stale. So what's the opposite of stale? Fresh.
Oh, that is stale.
Yes. So in stale blank verse, a subject stale, I sent to post my nightingale, and like an honored bar via Wordsworth, you would tell me how much my bird's worth. So stale means for bread means old, and the opposite of stale is fresh.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
What are the two long, thin things called that stick out from the sides of an aeroplane and help it to fly?
Wings.
The wings.
Very good. Excellent. Wings.
I was about to say the fins, and I was like,
I
no.
thought it's the engine.
Oh, yeah. Engines are very good. Engines are stuck to the wings. That was very good. Creative. Next one.
If you are happy with an agreement, what would you put at the end of it with the date?
Signature.
Excellent. Very good. Signature.
In which organ of the body does thinking occur?
Mind. Brain.
Brain. Very good.
Yeah.
Brain. Mind is the state. Okay. Next.
Who do unions work for? Managers or workers?
Managers.
Workers?
Workers, yes, but usually they're working for the managers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's workers. Very good. Next one.
What do we call a person who can speak 2 languages?
Bilingual.
Bilingual?
Very good. And everyone in this room is at least bilingual, if not trilingual, if not quadrilingual. Okay. Simon, I know Simon is trilingual, right, Simon?
No, I don't do so.
Yeah. You speak Chinese,
Uh-huh.
you speak English, and you speak Malay,
yeah.
Indonesian. Could you
No.
speak Indonesian? No? Malay? You
No,
speak
it's
Malay?
Malay.
There you go. You are already trilingual. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know a little bit language here and there, and that would make it quadrilingual. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And
What is the name of this object?
Telephone.
Telephone.
yes, did you know that, Mayuko, have you used one of these?
Yeah, I used to use that one before.
Yeah, but kids, like for instance, my son doesn't know what he knows what it is, but he doesn't know how it works.
Yeah.
Especially when you dial. All right, that's, I mean, insane. I'm sure in 100 years, people touch, with touch phones, say, "What is that? Oh my goodness, it's hideous." All right, another one.
What do we call a place selling gold?
Gold shop, jewelries.
Very good. Goldsmith. All right, or jewelry, or
Oh, goldsmith.
goldsmith. Okay, one more.
What's the word for the hairs that cover a cat's body?
Mayuko, come on, Mayuko.
Feather. We did this one last week, right?
It's
Sorry,
not
I didn't
feather.
understand the question. What was the question?
What is the, what do we call the stuff that covers a cat?
Oh,
Fair.
Fair.
F-U-R. Fair. Let me show it to you.
oh, the fur.
Fair. F-U.
Wow.
Fair. Very good. Fair. Not feather. Not feather. If it is feather, your cat could fly. Okay. And the last one.
What's the word for the hairs that cover a cat's body?
Okay. The hair that covers, that's fair. And the last one.
What is the verb form of the noun abstination?
What's the verb form of the noun abstination? Abstain is the verb. Okay. Abstain. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good one. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Hitomi.
Hello.
Hello. Hitomi, I didn't even notice. I asked these guys, I didn't mention your name. I said, what is he told me? And I said, oh, the speed, internet speed is probably something wrong. I said, no, okay. And I just out of the blue, I said, was I irrespectful to you tonight? Towards the end. And he said, no, why? I said, no, I'm just asking. I just wanted to know. And one of them said, you mentioned because of she left. She had an internet problem again. I said, okay, I think there was an internet, but I wasn't. I was asking you guys to read it because if I say it is your turn and then taking turn, students would just don't read it, okay, because they know it is not their turn. All right. And I mentioned, probably you didn't. I said, he told me before it started. I said, he told me, and then nothing happened. You didn't read. And then after that, I said, it was your turn. That's what happened. Nothing big. It was nothing, something happens. So I wasn't irrespectful at all. But if you think, I can apologize.
Are you talking to me or?
Yes, I'm talking to you, Itomi. Can you hear me?
I thought you were talking to somebody else.
No, everyone is gone. Everyone is gone. It's just you and me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are two people here. Only you and me. So yes, I wasn't. I mean, I was asking the students just not to.
Like you tend to be, like if it's your culture or your sense of humor, but you tend to be make fun of students.
Ah, all right.
So and I can see some students feels a bit offended, and some feel the same to me. And also today there was a new student, and she was suffering with the Wi-Fi internet environment, and she was keeping texting to you or asking for help. You just ignored it, and then just giving her something.
You're right.
It was not helpful at all. Like,
you're right.
How could you be like that?
So he told me she was
even when I was new student, it wasn't helpful a lot. Like I was trying to be just nice and trying to adjust to this environment. I was respectful.
You're right. So
your attitude and how you respond to our question is just disrespectful and also not professional. I can see you are happy to answer to very basic, easy questions. You are so happy to answer that. But then if I ask something further, you tend to be irritated because you cannot answer or you don't know. You just run away. I was like, then you can just say, oh, sorry, I don't know that. Maybe let me check or something.
Okay.
It's okay not that you don't know some, because it's PT English course. So maybe I cannot expect you to be fully like have a knowledge about English. It's okay, but don't be a dick.
You're right.
It's about how I feel it from you. And then sometimes, long time ago, I had this kind of issue with you again. And then you said, like, because I have so many students, I can't remember. It's so unprofessional. This is not first time. That's why I'm pissed off. I'm disappointed.
I do understand what you're saying.
I appreciate your technique, but I don't think it's worth to pay $600.
So he told me, do you want me to start now to answer your question? To what you...
I don't know, like you tried to...
No, I'm not. You're right. I'm saying you are right. Okay, absolutely right. And I will change my attitude. Okay. Just next session you will see it, then that's fine. Yeah, I got it. I got the message. All right, you're right. Because maybe some cultures, okay, first of all, I have to know the students. That's number one. That's number, and in face-to-face, especially in face-to-face classes, that will work. But on online, it really doesn't work. I know that, okay? But you're right. And so Hela was texting me here on my WhatsApp, okay? And I was sending her, and she always has this problem with the Wi-Fi in the evening, not in the morning. In the evening, someone is streaming, and she has that problem. Yes, she texts me here. I was talking to her through the WhatsApp, okay? So I didn't want to use the chat.
So
But-
why did you ask me to come back to the class so you can apologize? It's not professional. I don't want to bother other student. You don't want to bother other student if you're a professional person. But you want to be like, I'm trying to have witness to support me. That kind of attitude I got from your answer. And I was like, what? What's the apologize from you? Like,
So,
you don't even know how to apologize when you make mistakes.
He told me the reason is that if you are offended in front of others, I'm a man and I would apologize in front of others because I don't want to do it here because there's no one around. If you think you are offended and I offended you, I was irrespectful to you, I would say it in front of others. So that's what normally happens. All right? That's
in
why
your world.
So, so what else do you want me to do? I told you that. You are right.
You could show me your true sorry to me through the text message, but you were just being bossy. Not even, I didn't get the vibe from you being sorry. You don't even know how you offended them because it's your standard. I understand people like that.
All right. So anything else you think I should do? That's fine. Okay.
Just stop making fun of students, any students. Be polite.
All right.
Responsible for any questions. Don't like.
Okay. All right.
If I was a teacher, maybe my standard is higher or something. If somebody is suffering and if I were a teacher, I would help. No matter how silly the question was.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You don't have to. You don't have to do that at the same, but I don't think you're always saying, oh, I'm too busy. I have too many students. I cannot look after it. Then ask your school to hire more teachers or train more teachers.
All right.
Having too many students is not excuse for you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be embarrassed saying that.
All right. Okay. So as I said, I got it. I got it. That's fine. All right. So
I need to see your improvement.
Next session you will see, definitely. All right. So are you happy now? I will follow. And honestly, you spoke your mind. Okay. You spoke your mind. No students said that to me. This is the first time somebody is saying that to me, and I got it. All right.
And maybe that's why the male news before just disappeared.
You're right. You're right. So I think nobody spoke his or her mind to me, and you just did. And I'm taking it like a man. So you don't want it, I stop it. There you go. So are you satisfied now? I don't want you to be. I want you to concentrate on your test. I am sure.
Yeah, I want to concentrate on that. But if you keep offending me, I cannot concentrate on that.
So
so just say, be respectful, please.
Yes, I will. Okay, I will. I told you. Yes, that's fine. I will. And I'm sorry if you think you were. I was irrespectful to you, and I'm sorry. I'm saying it to you right now. I wanted to say it in front of others, but there you go.
It's no
and I have a state back for you. All right. So I'll see you next time. Don't worry about it. Just forget about it. Okay. Just forget about it. Concentrate on your exam because I know you're gonna get it, and you will get it. Don't worry about the rest. All right. I will take the rest. You were right tonight. You spoke your mind. Okay. And thank you for mentioning it.
All right.
I'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.